You're watching Footy Fantasy. It is sure say the thing go beat your football needs. Banter from rivalries, he sure you go receive. From EPL to Champions League, your eyes go see. It's Footy Fantasy. You're watching Footy Fantasy. Footy Fantasy. It is sure say the thing go meet your football need. Your football need. Banter from rivalries, he sure you go receive. Sure you go receive. From EPL to Champions League, your eyes go see. Your eyes go see. It's Footy Fantasy. Footy Fantasy.
Welcome, one and all, to another edition of your favorite football podcast, Footy Fantasy. Thank you for joining us once again. Another great episode awaits. We have a Chelsea fan, an Arsenal fan, a Man City fan, hosted by a Liverpool fan. And our unique selling point, as usual, is all the brothers and sisters in the diaspora all congregating to give their opinions weekly on football stories. And here we go. Just before I jump into it and introduce my guest, I'll just do a bit of housekeeping. We have our social media handles. We're going to put that up on the screen there. So we have YouTube channel is at Footy Fantasy. The Twitter handle is at Footy AD Fantasy. Instagram is at Fantasy Footy. And the great music we just heard as we started the show is from SJ Music. You can find him on Instagram with that handle. Here we go. So we have with us Chude, Man City fan. I can see a bit of smile, a hint of a smile there. Now, yeah. You can bust out the laugh. You can bust out the teeth, Welcome. Thanks for joining us once again. We have Ray joining us as an Arsenal fan. Thank you, Ray. For showing up today. We also have Dada, Chelsea fan. And he needs no introduction. So we'll jump right into it because today we have quite a few topics to jump on and to try and run through. A couple of hours ago, Chelsea hosted Man City at Stamford Bridge, and that's where we're going first. Chelsea versus City review. It ended 3-0 to City. It seemed a very comfortable win at the end. I'm going to ask Dada first. What do you think went wrong, or what do you think? Do you think it was going into the match? This is how I always like to start, because going into the match is different from your thoughts afterwards. Going into the match, what were your thoughts? Were you thinking, oh, Chelsea have a chance? Were you thinking, oh, this is a no-brainer, we're going to lose? What were your thoughts before the match, before you actually watched the match?
So, with the benefit of hindsight, right, people can say that was going to be an obvious City win. But as a fan, optimistically, I went into that game thinking it was going to be 2-1. Worst case scenario, I thought it was going to be a draw. Definitely did not expect. It's one of those things where, based on form, the results wasn't surprising. If you just go based on form, right? But for some reason, I thought, once again, kind of putting my fat hat on, I thought Chelsea would at least rise to the occasion and maybe use this game as somewhat of an impetus to turn the season around. We had lost 3-0 to Everton, so the likelihood of another 3-0 loss was maybe a low probability. But yeah, so I was actually quite disappointed. The first half, Chelsea were in the game. We were actually maybe marginally the better side outside of that last opportunity from Doku. So I thought it was one of those, it was equal footing. We're in the game. And City just turned it on in the second half, and Chelsea had absolutely no response. So, I'm not really sure what to say. I think tactically, there was nothing different tactically in the second half other than more concentration on Caicedo, sort of as a playmaker engine for Chelsea. The first goal was a lack of concentration, but overall, I think it was just, to put it colloquially, it was really more boys versus men in the second half. And I think City just turned it on. City were just like, hey, all right, let's go win this. And Chelsea had absolutely no response. Like, even if you put a $1 billion bonus for the players to go win the game, they couldn't win it. Even if their life depended on it, they could not win. They absolutely had no response. So, I mean, I don't know if there's some sort of grand learning from this for Chelsea. I'm pretty sure if you go on the numerous chat rooms, a lot of Chelsea fans are writing epistles on what they could take from the game. I couldn't take anything from the game. I think it's just a reflection of how poor Chelsea has been this season, and also a reflection of just how good City has been. But more importantly, I think City are now in a different gear right now than most people are expecting them to be. They're just in a different gear. Uh, they've turned it on, hopefully, and
Yeah.
it's going to take a really good side on a good day to stop them. And Chelsea are not a good side, and Chelsea were a terrible side who had a bad day, and that's it. So, I mean, that's my take. There's no grandeur, tactical analysis. There is no
Yeah.
sort of philosophical thing. It was just a good team had a good game versus a bad team who had a bad game, and that's it.
But where I'll come in is when I watched the first game you guys played against them at Etihad, that 1-1 draw was, in my opinion, that was a well-deserved draw for Chelsea that day. So when you say bad team, maybe what I'll interject is maybe it's not a bad team, maybe they're just in a bad moment. Like some coaches will say, you're a good team in a bad moment because you played them at City and drew and
So,
deservedly drew that game.
That's true.
So what's the difference?
We have Semedo, we have Gui now, so that's the
Well,
difference.
you know,
Yeah.
but also too, Chelsea had some key players out that game. I can't remember who, but I think Rhys James was out, Palmer was out.
Palmer was out that day too, yeah.
Maybe Caicedo was out actually.
Yeah, I think I said I missed that match
That
too.
was a conclusion point.
The only good Chelsea player that I would give for the man of the match in this game was Cucurella. He put in his all for the game, as in Cucurella.
You mean today?
Today. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I was talking about the first game. What I'm trying to drive at is, I just think maybe Chelsea are in a crisis of confidence. I don't think they're really that bad to be losing 3-0 to City, but I just think they're in a bad moment.
Yes, you're totally right. Holistically, they're not a bad team. And I guess what I mean by that phrase is, based on the run of form, they are a bad team. You know, like situationally, they are a bad team. Yes. I totally agree with that statement.
Yeah. I don't know. Before I go to the City fan, do you think Enzo might have made a difference in the midfield battle today? You don't think so?
No. Even if you go find prime Zidane and then you bring Maradona from the dead and the prime, it's not going to make a difference. No, I don't think so. I don't think Enzo could have made a difference in that game. I think probably the only Chelsea player who could have made a difference on form was maybe Rhys James. But outside of that, yeah, as I said, like I don't know, man. Football is tricky, right? Every game, people can read things into it. The only thing I can read into this game is like, wow, like City are on a different momentum now.
Yes, yeah. I'll go to Chudi. Yeah, backing up what Dada said, it's true. I mean, Liverpool, we witnessed it last week. We got smashed 4-0. So we witnessed City in full flow. And Arsenal 2 weeks ago also witnessed, or 3 weeks ago, witnessed City. I think the main point is the second half. I'll come to you now. But when I was watching it, it's like they flipped on the switch. They were like, okay, we go now. And that's how you know City are really informed, that you can just turn it on. They were like, okay, now we go.
Even against the Arsenal game, it was the second half.
Yeah, they just like, we go. So what do you think? What did you think? Were you confident going into the game today? Were you confident going into the game?
Confident to me. I thought it would be a draw, but you have to give it to Pep. Pep is wonderful. Like, he's trying to form a team. Like, he's building a team, and in building that team, he's trying to win 3 leagues at it. Carabao, FA Cup, and then the Premier League. Fine, Champions League is off, but this City's team, O'Reilly is doing magic, as in he just comes from nowhere, and against Arsenal. Same way, same pattern. Gui was lucky today. I was happy for him. He got a goal. Even Doku on he didn't really have a good game today. But he managed to score, so would give it to him.
I mean, that's a good game for Doku. Doku doesn't score many goals, so when he scores, you better say that's a good game.
His usual drives and then taking. Even when they brought in this Brazilian, Sabino. He did more than what Doku did. Then obviously you have to give it to Cheki. Cheki was wonderful. Semenyo too. Semenyo brought in his A game. I think Semenyo was the one that crossed the ball that O'Reilly headed into the net. The first half was flat. It was 50-50. In fact, when we finished the first half, I was telling my father-in-law that, look, hey, you guys might, as in, if we draw this game, come on, is it for Arsenal?
Is your father-in-law a Chelsea fan?
No, he's an Arsenal fan.
Arsenal fan. Oh my God!
He's an Arsenal fan. We were chatting all through the game, and I was like, look, if we don't win, and he was like, no, you guys got it. Yeah, he has seen the trajectory already. City is going to win this game, and then he just chatted me goal. I was like, okay, first, and then the first goal, it was like 12 minutes between the first and second goal.
Yeah, that's close.
Cheki assisted Guhi for the second goal. Like you said, second half, it was like that light bulb just switched off and then we brought in our A game. We're not bad. City is not on their best because if you look at the Champions League, they didn't do really well. So is it that the English?
Yeah, but that's Real Madrid though. Real Madrid always, Real Madrid.
When we had KDB there, we played Real Madrid. As in the games for the last maybe 4 games in Champions League that we faced Real Madrid, it's been flat. I agree because the team is still building. We haven't gotten that synergy now. Haaland is no more even scoring. O'Reilly, Semenyo that are making those.
I think that's a good thing, brother. I think that's a good thing.
Haaland is a decoy for O'Reilly. So okay, let everybody go on Haaland, and then you have O'Reilly or Semenyo taking shots and then scoring goals as well. Yeah. So Pep he's a genius. That's all I can say. He's great.
And I'll go to the Arsenal fan now. But just rounding up on City, I agree with you. This is not big City. This is not the City of
but they don't need to be.
If it was
this at that time, we would have been on top of the league.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. The City don't need to be 100-point City again. You don't need to be 95-point City. This league is probably going to be one with 90 points or even less. City don't need to be that good. You know, you don't have to be relentless. 30 wins a season, City. They've lost 5 times. City have lost 5 league games this season, and they probably and they're still in a shout for winning the league. You know that shows
you. Win all our games, we win the league.
Yeah. So it's in both hands. But I'll go to the Arsenal fan. I'll go to Ray. I mean, going into this match, were you expecting anything from Chelsea?
Sorry, cut you short. Dada, your fans wanted. They wanted you guys to do
that is, I'm sorry, that is one of the most ridiculous things I've ever heard. And like, I don't get that. Like, I'm literally in a group chat and some folks are like, well, I'm so happy that we're losing, so Arsenal doesn't win the league. And I'm just like that, yeah, don't get me started on that. I'm sorry. That is one of the most ridiculous things I've ever heard. Like, look, you guys, for those who know me in the forum, like, when it comes to the hatred for Arsenal, I mean, like, if there is a competition for hating Arsenal, I'll probably be like Michael Phelps. Like, I'm like the leader of the Arsenal hate group. But I would never wish for us to lose a game so Arsenal can lose the title. Especially like essentially losing that game is now taking us out of top 5. That's how detrimental it is. Yeah. Right? And also, to funny enough, I still think Arsenal is going to win the league, actually.
Well. It's still a possibility.
So let's hear from the Arsenal fan now.
I can't say
Tuesday, City fan. Let's calm down. We know you guys are balling, but we've not heard from the Arsenal fan. We're like 15 minutes into the podcast.
Okay.
15 minutes into the podcast. So let's hear. So that's my question to him was he expecting anything from Chelsea? And before that, sorry, Ray, I'll just quickly read comments because of course we are happy to have comments in the show. Spliff, thank you for this comment. It says City ripped off the gearbox. The top speed is uncontrollable. Yeah, basically, he's backing up what we're saying. And it says street ballers protecting football. Cherokee, Amal, Olise. Yeah, Spliff is he loves his number 10s. He loves the playmakers, the skillful players. He loves them. So I'll come to you, Ray. I mean, before the match today, what were you expecting anything from Chelsea? Were you thinking, oh, okay, look, Arsenal lost yesterday, maybe Chelsea will do us a favor? What were your thoughts?
Yeah, thanks for sorry about that. I had some computer issues for some reason. I think it's kind of it's ironic that the podcast is exactly like the media. Everyone just chats about Arsenal. They don't actually listen to Arsenal fans talk. They might listen to one and then paint a whole story for all Arsenal fans. But I'm glad to be on the podcast. So I'll answer the question. Going to the game, to be honest, like I did not expect Chelsea to do anything against Man City. Like realistically speaking, City is on form in the league, or actually not just the league, since they got knocked out of Champions League. They've kind of picked up that form, and Chelsea, where they are right now, they're not, they don't have good form. So I don't think anybody that knows football would be expecting Chelsea. In terms of now, you could hope that they'll do something, depending, say you're a Chelsea fan and things like that. You might hope your team shows some fight. But again, City is just like a different place. One, they're in that tail end of the season where, okay, the tails are up. And then Chelsea is just, they're not quite there yet. And it's not even a diss to City, to Chelsea. It's just, so long story short, I wasn't expecting anything. Now, maybe I thought maybe it would have been like a hard fought, like maybe 2-1 win for City, just to show some fight. So I have a ritual since I think the last couple of weeks. I don't watch City games, especially because the last one I watched, City didn't play well and still beat Newcastle. I think it was a 2-1 game. So ever since then, I don't watch City games, and it's not, and like I watch it after the game to see what happens. It's just one of my superstitions. I'm not really superstitious, but it's kind of a fun thing I'm doing now. And then so far it kind of worked. And every game I watched, I mean, up to the last couple of weeks, and then it's a different conversation. But yeah, so
pressure. You're saving your blood pressure. It's the right thing to
it's
do.
not. I guess so, but also it's just like because for me it's more focused on what Arsenal should be doing or should not be doing. Right? That's how I see. So, but that to answer your question, to be honest, I didn't watch the game. I did see the score, but I didn't. But pardon?
You're going to watch the City game next week.
Well, yeah, because Arsenal is playing City, so obviously I will watch the Arsenal game depending who they play. It doesn't matter who they play. But yeah, so that's I didn't expect much. I was maybe a bit shocked about the 3-0 score. I thought because Chelsea was at home, so I thought okay, 2-1, maybe 3-1 or something. But yeah, it was they got blown away, and yeah, no shocks there at all.
Okay, I mean. So we look at the consequences of City's win now. So I'll come back to you, Chude. City are 6 points behind, but they have a game in hand. And I think the game in hand is against Crystal Palace. But they don't get to play that game until much later. So even if City beats Arsenal next week, City don't go top. They're still behind Arsenal. So,
3 points.
But the consequences of that win now is City have a free week to prepare for the next game. So what's your confidence levels? You have a free week. A couple of things from today. O'Reilly picked up an injury. It looked like hamstring. I'm not sure about Rodri. I think Rodri also he twisted his ankle. So that might be a factor. But based on those two injuries and a free week to prepare, what's your confidence level going into the Arsenal game?
Arsenal game is going to be 50-50 because Arsenal is coming. They are coming with their all because they know if they lose that game, that's it for them. So it's going to be
home or Emirates.
Etihad.
Etihad. Yeah. Okay.
I don't think it's all for Arsenal. Just for the record, but I'll let you keep going.
Yeah.
I'll
so both teams is going to be a blockbuster next week. I don't even know I'm going to do it because I have an engagement that day, so I'm going to juggle my way around it. But I have to watch that game, so I think we'll go all out. Even without O'Reilly, I think we have other people that can. We have other players that can. Yeah, can fit into that. But today's lineup, if we use that lineup we used today, there's a chance we might win Arsenal. I was looking at the FA Carabao Cup against Arsenal. The first half was flat. The second half we came all out. So if we can use that same tactics and play Arsenal, hopefully we get to win that game. But we have to win that game. If we don't win that game, then the league is over for us. As in, if he can start Savinho and maybe I think Doku always does well when he comes in as a sub. I don't like Doku starting. He would have, if he's on the bench, he would have studied the game and see how best. I think he outpaces himself when he starts the game. I feel Doku should always come in as a sub. Checky can start. O'Reilly can start. He should also try if he's fit, yeah. If he's fit. Foden, they brought Foden as a sub. He didn't really do too well. I think this season for Foden is it's not it. Last season he was on fire, but this season no. Semenyo is he's wonderful at the back. This guy I'm trying to. We have great defense, and hopefully Arsenal will be able to get past that defense. The midfield, if Rodri is starting, he can hold that midfield. Rodri,
okay. I mean, we know all the good stars City have. I'm looking at the background. I'm coming back to you, Ray. Before we proceed, I'm looking at the background of Arsenal's record at the Etihad. It's not great, but Arsenal actually don't need to win that match. A draw is perfectly fine. In my opinion, I think a draw is perfectly fine. That's why I agree with Dada when he says Arsenal should still win this league. Arsenal don't need to go there to win, in my opinion. A draw is fine. A draw is fine because I believe City are not going to win out. So a draw is fine. You still have your 3 points lead. What do you think, Ray? Do you think you definitely need to go and win there?
No, good point. And that's exactly what I was going to say again, is this narrative that gets created that, Arsenal is to come and show City and, Bernardo Silva, come and beat us. Exactly, pragmatically speaking, Arsenal doesn't need to win that game. Now, of course, the fans and everyone wants to watch an exciting game where Arsenal comes to knock out City and wins it that way. But the way this season has gone so far, we know that's not what's going to happen. Just the way Arsenal has been playing football this later part of the season, it's this pragmatic sort of way, which, again, as fans, we may or may not like it. So Arsenal doesn't need to win this game. Now, I'm not saying we should go there and try not to win. I'm just saying they don't need to win. So those are two different things. What I see is going to happen is I see Arteta is going to haram football the crap over there. Because, again, if you think of it, if there's one thing that at least we kind of do well, again, it's like the haram football side of it. Now, if you go back to the game at the Emirates, City did the same thing because they were in form. Now, we can rewrite and revisionist history because City's on form now, but they did the exact same thing when they were playing us, when actual Arsenal was playing well football all of the season. So I see literally the reverse type of that. Now, it might not work out. City might nick it 2-1 again, but I'm just saying we don't need to win. And then because if it's like a draw and it's just as is, and then you continue. Now, I don't see City or Arsenal winning all the rest of the games either, irregardless of what happens next week. And I think that's why, again, I'm not necessarily confident that Arsenal is going to win their games. I just know the league City are going to run away with winning every single game because it's when you're playing a Liverpool that's, again, not taken away from City. I'm just talking Liverpool. They're trash. And we were absolute garbage in the Carabao Cup. Now, other teams that City is going to play, all those pesky little teams, there's always something. They're 1-1. That's all it is. City doesn't have to lose. And I think that's the thing when you get into a title race, it's not about winning, and it's like a draw is like 2 points dropped. Just like a couple of weeks ago when City dropped those two games, they didn't win technically, and they haven't lost, but they dropped 4 points. All of a sudden, give Arsenal that advantage. We should not get back to them. So I think for that reason, I think it's not quite set in stone now. The media narrative, it's like, oh yeah, City is taking over. That's fine, but I think it's going to be going there. We don't need to win now, as because again, we go for a title. If we were fifth and we're just trying to play for pride and all that, sure, go out and change the narrative. But right now, we're doing this pragmatic, just get the points across, and that's why Arsenal doesn't need to win
Do you think
Sorry, Dada. Yeah, go ahead.
Do you think you guys are going to win the league?
Do I think Arsenal's going to win the league? Do I think that's a hard question. It's hard to answer a binary. I would say
It's not
no. Yeah, no. The reason I know, again, we want to do the cats thing. I get it. I know how podcasts work, but I think we will still win the league. Now, my confidence level of that is not as high as it was before, but I think it's going to go down to the wire because, I think if Arteta goes and tries to go all out, try to beat City next week, but if he does this pragmatic thing, which is not fun, but I think Arsenal is still going to edge the win. Now, it's going to probably go to the end, and City is going to blow all the teams 5-0, but Arsenal is just going to haram 2-1, 1-0, because ultimately it's just about something on the board. So I think Arsenal's still going to win. I'm not 100% as confident as I was prior to, because I think that home loss against Bournemouth, that kind of messed in my head a little bit, because the home loss against Bournemouth, it would be one thing if like maybe we lost to Brighton away. I can understand, but I think we will just about edge it, but it's not going to be pretty. It's going to be ugly.
So also,
wait, guys. Let me just take comments. Because we want other people involved too. Then I'll come to you guys. Spliff. Well, let me give a disclaimer. Spliff is a Man United fan, so obviously he doesn't like Arsenal either. He says City being drunk most of the season and still being in contention to win the league either shows how terrible every team is, or that Arsenal is not responsible when managing success. And then following on that, SJ Music, thank you for joining us today. He says, Arsenal is not responsible when managing success. They don't know what success is, bro. Yeah, we can see shots fired already. And then Spliff says, well, damn, I guess you're more accurate, my brother. So we can see the shots are coming. We saw the fan on TV. Oh, Ray, I don't think you watched the match, so you wouldn't have seen the meme.
I saw the meme, though. I saw the memes. People send me memes. Whether I watch games or not, people send me memes. Don't worry.
The shots are coming. For me, the biggest issue, I understand what you mean by being pragmatic, but what do you want to say about this April curse that Arteta seems to suffer? It's like April is just not his month at all. His April record is. I didn't know this until I saw it just a couple of days ago. What's happening with him with April?
Sorry, is this for me? I heard in the media as well. I'm like, okay, it's a little dramatized. And then someone sent me the screenshot of the actual results. And it's pretty bad. I don't know what it is. Like other reasons earlier on, you can say there's some external circumstances, but I don't know if I think, if I'm just being honest, I think it's a matter of like the players and Arteta just run out of like mental steam. So what I mean by that is like his speeches, this is just my opinion anyway, so may not be right. Like his speeches to rally them up, I think there's only so much it gets them through. And then the last month, this guy's already thinking about the summer vacations. Now, I'm not saying they're not professionals, but what I mean is like, because to compete for the league is different from just playing a Premier League game, right? It's a different type of switching on that you need to be.
Yeah.
So I think there's something there. Like maybe earlier couple seasons, you can argue injuries, you can argue, but now it's like, it's a little like last season was off as well, but there's something. This year for me is the one that, like I said, every other year I can kind of count something. I can go back to 2 years ago and say we lost to Liba and then holding out to play, which is like so there's a quality drop off. And then last year we weren't really on it anyways. And then previous, I can kind of give reasons. This is the first year that even I'm like I don't have any explanation. Now that being said, I kind of put the bucket in two in terms of Arsenal performance. There's the league and then every other competition.
Yeah, it's the league, so it's not restricted.
Yeah, exactly. So, but this season, I can say, I think with the league, our performances haven't been great since probably January or maybe February, but we've kind of been getting across because again, it's about this fine margins that Arteta talks about, and then it's like. Sometimes that fine margins, if you're not on it, it just switches again because we're not getting battered 3-0, 5-0. It's just like you just kind of drop off a little, and then that's why that's. But we were edging the wins, and I think there's something to do with obviously the City that final, the cup, and then we're just not on, and then we bring it down to the league, and so that's a little bit of my worry. Like the cups, honestly, I was disappointed, but I was like, okay, as long as we go back to. So anyway, so it's a little bit of a mental fatigue that I think. generally, go ahead. Yeah. There's a lot. There's a lot.
I agree with you. There might be a mental fatigue, but also this kind of thing can start playing on the mind a bit. I say it from the Liverpool perspective because under Klopp, we had February was our bad months. We'll go into February, January into February, and we'll start losing games or we'll start drawing. Other club, most of the time, not all the time, but most of the time. And I think it now started playing on the minds of the players and also the coach himself, because you will know that, when we're going to February, we usually drop points and then maybe overcompensate and then we lose more games. It just happened so many times. Out of 9 years, I can count on maybe only twice we had a good February or January. Usually around that time of the year. So when I saw this stats for Arsenal, I was like, Arsenal to have it. I thought it was only happening to Liverpool. I didn't know, because we used to have bad Februaries. January, February was usually we'll drop points, we'll draw, we'll just go off the boil a bit. So, but I'll come back to you now, Chudi, before we round up this section. Oh, sorry. Actually, I'll go to Dada. Sorry, because if not, Dada speak. I mean, we've rounded up the Chelsea section. Do you think Chelsea still have a chance? I mean, just to round up the section of the Champions League, 5th place. I think at the moment 5 spots is guaranteed. 5, at the moment. But
I think City, Arsenal locked in, of course. I think United is locked in just because they have sufficient buffer. The only 2 folks that I can see could drop off will be Liverpool and Aston Villa. I think Aston Villa they would have to concentrate on Europa, so I can see that. And Liverpool just based on form. I think Chelsea's out, if I'm to be honest. I think we're out of Champions League. I mean, it would have to we'd have to go on win the rest of our games. Liverpool and Aston Villa would have to drop off. And United, something catastrophic has to happen.
Sorry to interject, Dada. The good thing is it's in Chelsea's hands because you play United next and then you still play Liverpool. So, like, if you win those games, then technically you guys will
that's a massive if though. Like,
I just mean probability. It's still in your hands in a way.
We just lost on aggregate 6-0 2 league games, right? And the thing about form is it's really hard to, because you need a game to bounce back, and then once you bounce back, you need to win the next game to demonstrate that you've truly bounced back, right? So Chelsea would need to win 2 games in a row, and then once you win 2 games in a row, you need to win 1 more to say you're in form. So Chelsea would have to win 3 games in a row just to demonstrate that they're in form. I don't know. So look, man, I've relegated this season to my 2 sources of happiness are going to be down to Chelsea, to Arsenal not winning the league. That'll be a source of happiness for me. And then Spurs getting relegated. So those are my 2 trophies this season. And I'm just gonna put a lot of my attention into hate. I'm gonna let hate be my source of joy. So, like that's it. I'm just gonna focus on all my joy is gonna come from hate. There's a German word for it. I can't remember. I'm looking at it.
Sure, Friday.
I have a warning for you now. Chelsea's not Tottenham, but they were putting all the hate on Arsenal 2 years ago. And we're hoping the team lost to City, and look where they are now. That thing, it bounces back, man. So just be careful. That's all I'm saying. Just, all right.
Okay, I'll take comments while we move to the next topic. Comments Oga Spliff. The funny thing is, Spliff is usually a very chill guy. I know this guy. He's not somebody who's usually really into banter, but this guy must really hate Arsenal for him to be coming with these comments. He's really a cool guy, but look at him. He said if Arsenal finally lift the trophy, I think wild animals will jump out of their armpits because now Forest now.
It's coming, don't worry.
Because this is a riff on, we have one of our contributors called Ogakwame. He will say, did we see your armpits this season? Did we see you lift a trophy? Because when you lift a trophy, that means we see your armpits. So that's the thing, like, okay, your armpits, we lift your armpits with the trophy. So it's riffing on that anyway. The next comment is from Ayo. Ayo, thanks for joining us. Dada is already practicing the Europa song. That's in response to my question about Chelsea. And thank you also, Yemi. He says Dada is a bad belly guy. I mean, he owns it. I mean, there's nothing wrong with owning that you're a hater. You're a hater. I'm a hater. There's nothing wrong with it. Own your entry. And SJM used to say, bro, if those things come together, I'll throw a proper barbecue. Okay, well, definitely. I saw a comment a couple of weeks ago because people were like, what's wrong with people supporting City over Arsenal? Because City, today, don't think you're going to get off scot-free. Your 115 charges are still there. We know you guys are cheating your way to titles.
Yeah.
So you guys, City should be deserving more 8, but for some reason, people hate Arsenal more than City. I don't know why.
There's a lineage of hatred.
I know why.
It's past hatred. It's not today. It's not today beef. The beef
today beef.
The beef has cooked since. Even so, what I was saying was, I see what happened in 2014. Was it when City and United, as in at the last day? Was it 2014? What year was that? The last day was the decider of who would carry the league.
Oh, 20.
Was it
2013? 2013.
12.
The Aston Villa game?
Yeah. I see that. I see a repeat of that.
2012.
I see a repeat of that this season. I see a repeat of that this season. That's what's going to happen this season. So
goals difference. You think it's going to come down to goals difference?
It might come down to goal difference or the last game. Yeah. The last game.
Yeah. Now, Aguero.
Yeah.
Aguero.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. But that's true because he closed the gap on their goals difference today. I think the goals difference is down.
No, I think it's 3. We are 3 points, 3 goals. We are 35.
You close the gap. Yeah, you close the gap. Yeah. So goals difference might come into it. That's true. So let's take comments before we go to the next topic. We'll go to Champions League now. after this comment. Excuse me. So he said, Yemi says Chelsea, Liverpool, and Arsenal fans on Top Podcast today. Plenty renditions of sad songs going on. Continue. Yeah. So what's the next comment there? And then Ayo says, I would prefer us not to win the league, but I'll join the cooking session if they don't. I don't know why you prefer us not to win the league. I don't know why. Please, we don't prefer us not to win the league.
If Arsenal win the league, I will attend a lot of parties. If Arsenal win the league.
Yeah, your father-in-law is an Arsenal fan, so we know you're going to go. You go to your father-in-law's place to eat.
There'll be a lot of parties going on everywhere.
Okay, Ayo says, I think the decider is next week. If City wins that game, Arsenal will still drop one. But yeah, I think next week is really
What if they draw? If they draw, though, again, no one's talking about that. Everyone's talking. Yeah. There's three potential outcomes.
Yes.
Lose, win, draw.
I think people are putting too much weight on that game. Quite frankly, should City even win that game, I don't think it's over. I just don't.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's 50-50. It's going to be a 50-50 game.
I think a draw is very possible, and I think if Arsenal draw, Arsenal win the league. That's it. Yeah. I don't think Arsenal will lose any more games after that.
Man, I don't know, man. This season is funny, man. Like City might go beat Arsenal and then next week lose to Leeds.
Yeah,
exactly.
But not Pep City. No. If City win that week, if they win next week,
this week,
Pep City in this form, they're not going to throw it away. If City win. This is the way I say it. If Arsenal draw, Arsenal win the league. If City win, Arsenal will lose more mental resilience. Arsenal will drop more points. City will drop points too, but Arsenal will drop more points. Because Arsenal, they're already on shaky ground. You can see them. You could see them yesterday. They played terribly. Arsenal played terribly yesterday. They're already suffering from that mental fatigue, Ray said. So if Arsenal lose next week, mentally, they're finished. So they'll drop points. City will drop points, but Arsenal will drop more points. But if Arsenal draw next week, I believe Arsenal will win it. Because Arsenal will get that mental resilience back. Oh, we escaped Etihad. We didn't lose at the Etihad. They will gain a bit of belief back, and they will just aram their way, like Ray said. They'll just aram, and there's nothing wrong with araming your way to the title. Don't let people shame you, public shame you.
I don't
araming
care.
your way to the title is legal.
As you guys all Arsenal haters over the years, I'm not going to repeat the same thing. Beautiful football to nowhere. So if Haram gets the league, I couldn't care less.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yes.
Win the league any way you can. I don't understand all this. Oh, open goal. They're not scoring from open play. They're scoring set pieces. What? It's allowed. A goal is a goal.
A goal is a goal.
It's allowed. So okay, we'll go to the next section. Champions League football. Yes. So we're just going to. Oh, okay. Well, I said my city brother is smiling like fried rice. Success switch. Yeah. That's it. Okay, we go to the next topic. as to start rounding up. So first leg, we start with Arsenal. Arsenal sneaked the last minute winner against Sporting. It was, I mean, smash and grab, but it was fantastic. That's what you need in our away tie in Europe. So 1-0 they won. Atletico beat Barcelona 2-0. Barcelona went down 10 to a red card, so it was 10 against 11. So Atletico won 2-0 away. Liverpool lost deservedly, because I think we should have lost 5-0, but we managed to escape with 2-0. We escaped with 2-0, and we're all happy for it. But I thank God we only chopped 2-0. Thank God. We could have easily lost 6-5, 5 goals. So Liverpool lost 2-0, and what's the last one? Bayern Munich beat Madrid 2-1. So I'm going to go around, starting with you, Chidi. You're going to give me your predictions on all those 4 games. Who you think is going through? So starting with Sporting, Arsenal, who's going through? Chidi, just give no analysis. Just give me your scoreline.
Arsenal.
Okay.
Arsenal go through.
Bayern Munich,
Bayern Munich, PSG, okay, of course, and the Barca Atletico. I would want the Barca to go through.
You want Barca to go through? You think Barca have a better chance of beating Arsenal?
To be honest, to be very honest, Arsenal might win the Champions League.
Okay, we'll leave it there. We'll come back to that. Okay, Dada, who are your 4 semi-finalists?
I think Arsenal will get over Sporting to the detriment in the league, I believe. Atletico Barca, I think that's done. I don't see Barca coming back for that. Bayern Munich, Real Madrid, just because I feel like we need to make I'll go Real Madrid just to be slightly controversial here, just to be, oh, look at Donna, he made a bold call kind of thing. And then the last one is, PSG Liverpool is done. Yeah, that's done.
That one's finished already.
Yeah, that's done. But yeah, that's done. Because where's the second leg? Anfield?
Anfield.
It's 2-0.
Yeah, Anfield, the Anfield factor. People are shaking their heads.
It's slot though, it's not Klopp. So
that's the problem. It's slot.
Yeah.
He has been so slotty recently, unfortunately.
You know what though? That one I don't think is a slam dunk. I think the only slam dunk for me is Arsenal and Sporting and Atletico. The other two, I pick Real Madrid over Bayern just to be controversial. I know PSG would edge it, but it's not a slam dunk.
Did you watch the Bayern? Did you watch the Bayern Real Madrid game? Dada?
No, I didn't.
Oh God. Okay.
Yeah, no, but Bayern were the better team. But it's Real Madrid. So it's Real Madrid. Madrid don't have to be the better team.
When they brought in what's this guy's name again? Sorry.
It's Real Madrid, though.
France player.
It's Real Madrid. Chile, you have watched Real Madrid in Champions League for the past 10 years. They are always not the best team. They are not the best team, but they win it. So you can't say, Bayern Munich were the better team. Yeah, they were the better team. That doesn't mean anything when it comes to Real Madrid. Okay, let me go to Ray. Let me ask Ray for his prediction.
Yeah, no problem.
Ray, please. Your fourth
Arsenal with a 1-1 draw, they'll go through. Atletico, it's too much for Barcelona to go past them. PSG and Bayern is solid, so I think they will negate the Real Madrid fact. So Arsenal, PSG, Bayern, and what was the other one? Atletico. Yeah.
I see Barcelona doing something. I don't think that 2-0 is enough for Atletico. I remember in the Spanish Cup, Atletico beat Barcelona 4-0 in the first leg, and Barcelona actually almost turned it around. They won 3-0 in the second leg. So I see Barcelona doing something, but I agree PSG is too strong for Liverpool. Not this current Liverpool are just not great. Even the match we won yesterday was not just. We just managed to.
But wasn't the cup at home though? Like the 4-0, it was reversed, right?
Yeah,
there's that home factor. But fair enough. Yeah.
But Barcelona beat them 2-1. Was it just last week? Also in Atletico, Barcelona beat Atletico 2-1 in Atletico in the league. So they still beat them. So it can go either way. But I'm just saying it's not a slam dunk. 2-0 is not enough, in my opinion. It will be tough, but I think Barcelona probably will go through. But PSG, Liverpool probably will win that match. I think Liverpool will beat PSG, but we won't go through. Maybe it will be 2-1 or 3-2, something like that. For what's the next one? Bayern, Real Madrid. I won't rule Real Madrid out. I can't. Madrid, we have seen too much evidence over the years. You can't rule them out. Bayern are the better team for sure. They're the better team, but man, I can't rule Real Madrid. I can't rule Madrid out. What's the fourth one? Arsenal. I actually agree with your prediction. I think Arsenal will do the bare minimum and draw that match and just call it, because Arsenal will be keeping an eye on the City game. They'll do the bare minimum. They'll draw that match and go through. I agree with your prediction.
If Arsenal wins, they'll play who? Atletico or Barcelona?
Yeah, they play Atletico or Barcelona. Yeah, and I think Arsenal fans, who do you prefer, Ray? Which would you prefer out of Atletico or Barcelona?
I think it's a hard one. I think let's go Barcelona. Let's just go.
I think Barcelona is better for you guys because Barcelona will play open football.
Exactly. Yeah. Atletico are like the kings of haram, so we're not there that level yet. So let's go. I think Barcelona. We can. Yeah, that would be a good.
Barcelona will be the better. I think they're a bit naive.
They played Newcastle, right?
Yeah.
And Newcastle won them 2-1 in
Newcastle. And then lost 7. But Arsenal's not losing 7. No, that's not happening. No.
Barcelona are also a bit naive. The way they play this very high line, and Arsenal will just exploit that. I mean, Barcelona, it works many times, but not against teams that are smart. You know, if you are very smart, you can exploit the high line.
As my father-in-law would say, it's football. Anything can happen.
Yeah. Okay, so Yemi says if City wins Arsenal in their match, City will win the league. If Arsenal has to draw, they can't not lose that game. Yep. We basically said that. Spliff said the shocker was Bayern, absolutely schooling Madrid. Happy for company. I am happy for company, but schooling Madrid was only a 2-1 win.
I watched that game. I watched that
win.
And Bayern gave it their all until this guy came in. Oh gosh, this French guy. What's his name again? The striker.
For Atletico.
No, for Real.
Oh, Mbappe. Okay. No, not Mbappe.
It's when
Mbappe didn't start. Yeah, did he start?
Mbappe didn't start. When Mbappe came in, the game switched.
Are you sure? I think
I thought it started.
Mbappe started. It was
Bellingham came.
Bellingham came in. He changed the game. Jude Bellingham changed the game. Yeah.
Mbappe started the second half because Bayern would have given them like 4-0, neat 4-1.
And let's not forget, we are all praising Bayern, but you remember Manuel Neuer made at least 3 great saves in that match. Yeah. Bayern Munich goalkeeper made at least 3 great saves, not just normal saves, great saves in that match. Yeah. So while we're all praising, Bayern were good, they had their goalkeeper to also thank for it. He made some, so that's why I said don't rule out Bayern, don't rule out Madrid. They were outplayed, but man, you guys, if you watch enough football to know Madrid in Champions League, you all know Madrid in Champions League. You all know them. Spliff said Atletico will sit back in the second leg, and that will be their undoing. I suspect this will happen. That's why I said don't rule out Barcelona. Atletico will sit back, and Barcelona will probably turn it around. Ayo says Sporting, Barca, PSG, Bayern. Fair enough.
Oh.
Yeah. Yemi says no faith in Barca. Yeah, I have faith in them. I know other people don't. I think Barcelona will turn that match around. Keiza Dayo, this is a Bayern Munich fan. He said Bayern were better, but didn't stretch the margin enough. He says he thinks Madrid can punish them for it. Remember, no, exactly. He just said what I was saying. I didn't even see this comment. This is a Bayern Munich fan saying this. So this is what I'm saying. Because people are like, oh, Bayern battered them. But it's 2-1. And Bayern's keeper was their man of the match. He made fantastic
saves. Bayern's going to be at home this week.
Yeah, but Madrid don't care about that. Have you not seen Madrid? Madrid don't care about home and away, man. It's Champions League. They don't care about that, man. They don't care. Dayo says Arsenal will out-aram Atletico. We'll see. We'll see. Let's go to the next topic. Oh, we're moving along well. I'm happy with this because usually we don't keep to time, but we have 10 more minutes for the last 2 topics. So I'm sure we'll keep to time today. This one is just like just something light entertainment. So I'll start with you, Ray. What song title? I don't know. Did you get this question in advance? Did you? Yeah. Okay. What song title best describes your club season so far? So just give us song title and the artist, and then
Oh yeah,
we'll judge it and see.
almost doesn't count by Brandy.
Oh,
Like,
nice one, nice
This
one.
is
I
4
have to clap
seasons
for
now,
that. Nice
bro. I can't, bro.
Almost doesn't count by Brandy. Fantastic.
I'm all positive now, but hey, this summer, let me just bring me back on the. Anyways,
This summer is the final straw for Arteta if he doesn't win anything this season.
My guys are like, look,
But
yeah, I guess
you know, Arteta has to leave because I feel like Arsenal has now reached a critical mass. Like this is the season of like critical mass. Like if you don't win it now,
Yeah,
you have to like just change it. And it's so weird because they've lost out every year for different reasons,
yeah.
like different permutation, and it's almost like it's either now or never. It's weird. Yeah, man. Jeez. As much as
all right, I'll come to you, Dada.
sorry.
I feel bad for them too. Like it's so weird. Like they've done everything right. Oh,
Okay, I'll come to you, Dada, for your song title for Chelsea this season so far.
you know, I saw Gallagher, who was the lead singer of Oasis. It was in City. It was at a game today, and made me think of this song. Don't Look Back in Anger from the Oasis. Yeah, there's a lot of Chelsea fans who are like, oh man, I'm this Roman, like they're in this nostalgia thing, so they're looking back in anger. And I think that's what I'm on. Like,
Don't look back in anger. That's a good song. That's a good song. I mean, you're right. I mean, nostalgia. There's some people that I know that just nostalgia is just everything to them. It's like everything in the past was the best ever. Nothing in the present is good. Everything in the past is the best ever. Some people are just like that. You can't just change their mind. They just believe everything in the past was best. Nothing is better than the past. You know. Okay, I'll come to you, Chidi. Do you have a song for us that sums up your
I'll go with R2B's over. Over. Yeah, R2B's over.
So you mean the season is over?
It's over. Once we have that sync already. Once that sync is there, it's over. It's over.
Oh, it's over. Oh, yeah. Okay. I understand what you mean. I understand what you mean. Because there was one time last season, Man City were like they were banter kings, trophyless.
Yeah.
We're bantering them, but that's over now. That's over now.
Over.
I feel you, bro. For me, I'm going with Craig David, Rise and Fall. Champions last season, we're at the top, and now we're just falling. Man, it's painful. We're just trying to hold on to 5th place now. We're just begging God, let's even just qualify for Champions League. That's how bad it is. We're just struggling to qualify for Champions League. So Craig David, the Rise and Fall. Let me take comments. SJ Music says, if they don't win it this year, those players won't be able to deal with themselves. I don't think it's that much. I think a different coach might win it for them.
It's just coach, different manager, yeah.
It's a bit coach. Yeah. A different coach might win it for them. The players are still young. Many of those players are 25, 26. They are young. They have other chances to win the league. So
obviously we have to replace a couple of players, but generally the bulk of that team is still going to be better.
Yeah. The core of the team is quite young. Well, not quite young, young enough to win.
It's more of confidence, as in that confidence needs to be there. Like, as in they need to be very confident.
Yeah, I just think a different coach probably will win it for them if they don't win it this year. Next question. Next comment. Sorry. Spliff says the equalization of trouser and pants. He's a United fan, so I'm trying to decipher how this song relates to Man United. And Spliff, can you please explain it to us?
Amortization.
Okay, I'm already. They sacked Amorim. I mean, that was a low point of this season. For me, as a Liverpool fan,
United with a passion. Like, but what this guy, the new coach, is doing is wonderful with United.
For me, I mean, as a Liverpool fan, I'm not just Liverpool. All of us were hoping that they will keep Amorim to the end of the season, at least. I mean, when they sacked him, it was a low point. It was a low point for the season. I was like, oh no, leave him there, please, leave him there. Oh no. Okay, we'll go to the final topic. We're really making time. This is good. We'll probably round this up within the hour. So we're going to take heroes and villains of the week. So I'll start with you, Dada. Your heroes and villains of the week as we round up the podcast.
Heroes, I would say, just considering like I didn't really consume a lot of football this week. I would give it to Pep. I felt like in the season, like a lot of folks wrote him off. The fact that he's actually won a title with that team is impressive. Villain, the entire management of Tottenham Hotspur, like whoever from the CEO to the COO to the guy that cuts the grass to the guy that provides the soap for doing laundry for the jersey, they're all incompetent. That is a woefully incompetent organization, and collectively they should win the award of villains. So yeah.
Absolutely. Okay, I come to you, Ray. I mean, Dada nailed it. Spurs.
Yeah,
What a
fair
joke.
enough.
They're a joke. The joke that never stops. Spurs. They're actually in the relegation zone, guys. They're actually in the relegation zone.
Yeah.
I can't believe it.
So I was gonna save that for like the season, villain of the season, definitely Spurs. So if I'm just putting in just this week, I would say the hero for me is West Ham. They again, it's connected to that 4-0 solid win, got the goal difference just in case they need it, and now they actually pushed Tottenham into the relegation zone. So that to me is the hero. Villain for this week specifically, I will have to say it's Arsenal. That performance. Again, I'm not trying to take it for Bournemouth, but the performance from Arsenal was not anywhere near what they should be doing, even if they're not going for a title race. So I would say for this week, I would have to give Arsenal the villain. That was terrible. Yeah.
Absolutely. Thank you for that, Ray. And Chidi, heroes, villains.
Hero, I'll go with Bournemouth for helping us helping us do the needful. Bournemouth did well. And then my villain for the week, I'll go with Tottenham. They messed up, like Sunderland. How come? Like, as in, they lost. And like that I said, they're in relegation zone. Like, whoever thought Tottenham would, like, as in, they are going downwards. Like, after they sacked their coach and new one came in, we thought they'll pick up, but they haven't really got to that spark yet. So they haven't.
All right. Okay. My hero of the week, I'm going to be a bit biased. There's a 17-year-old boy we stole, in quotes, from Chelsea. Sorry, Dada. His name is Rio Ngongwa. He joined us when he was 16. He became our youngest ever scorer this season. Scored against Newcastle. And yesterday, he became the youngest player to ever score at Anfield. Rio, is the hero of the week for us because our team has been so bad. You could see how the senior players respected him so much. They were just giving him the ball because he was the only one who could actually do anything. He was the only one who could dribble and run. They were just passing him the ball most of the first half. And that shows how confident they are in his ability. So he's my hero of the week from the bias point. Villains of the week, maybe nothing unusual. FIFA. It's been a shambles. The World Cup ticketing. We don't even feel like there's a World Cup coming. It's like we're in April. World Cup is in June.
Where you are, but wherever how much is the ticket costing? Like,
thousands. I'm sure it's thousands of dollars.
Yep.
It's crazy.
That thing is in my backyard. I have zero interest in going.
Exactly.
Same.
It doesn't feel like a World Cup is coming.
Yeah,
it doesn't feel like
I'll do a watch party, like as in I'll just go to the stadium and then watch out from there. That's my plan.
And also, just to bring up this case that FIFA are culpable for, there's a coach in Czech Republic. Now, this story has been around for maybe a few weeks or so. He was coaching a female team and was secretly filming them, and he got caught. They had evidence. They suspended him, but he is still allowed to coach in football, and that's because FIFA are stupid. There's some legalities or whatever technicalities that means he still has the license to coach in football. So that's why FIFA are also my villains of the week. This guy, he was coaching the Czech Republic team, the female team, and for years he was filming them secretly. and he's still allowed to coach in football.
But that makes sense, right? I mean, they gave Trump the World Peace Award, so
Yes. So, what are we surprised? Are we surprised? That's why I said I'm not saying anything unusual. We all know FIFA are villains. So
On brand.
villains of the week, villains forever. So we round up. Let's take our final. Oh wow, there's a lot of comments. Goodness, wow. Okay, we'll rush through the comments and then we'll round up because we've come to 1 hour. So Spliff says Hero of the Week, Lamine Yamal on fire. Fair enough. And the Union Berlin first female manager. Ah, interesting. Thanks for bringing that to our notice. Villain Arsenal. Okay. Spliff says Rio, please play for Super Eagles. Moses Simon no be am. I think that ship might have sailed. Spliff says I'm not connected to the World Cup this time. I mean, that's what we're all saying. It doesn't feel like a World Cup is around the corner. It doesn't feel like it. Okay, that's the final comment for today. Thank you guys. Thank you for keeping to time. We broke the record. All the other episodes they usually spend over an hour, but we kept to time. Fantastic work, guys. Thank you.
next week. Yes.
Sorry.
Yes.
Looking forward to next week.
Next week. Thank you for joining us, everyone. I'll just play round up with the social media handles and then we'll play the outro. YouTube channel is at Footy Fantasy, Twitter is at Footy AD Fantasy, IG is at Fantasy Footy, and the team music is from SJ Music. Thank you, one and all. We look forward to a bumper episode next week. Thank you, Dada. Thank you, Ray. Thank you, Chude. It's been a blast. We'll catch you next time.
Thanks,
you guys.
You're watching Footy Fantasy. It is your steady thing will beat your football needs. Banter from rivalries, he sure you go receive. From EPL to Champions League, your eyes go see. It's Footy Fantasy. You're watching